Hi everyone, my name is Polly Jim, and today I'm presenting my research proposal titled Understanding Feedback Sharing Networks and Their Impact on Student Learning. This project applies social network analysis to explore how feedback from instructor is shared, interpreted, and transformed through student-peer networks, and how that impacts learning outcomes like engagement, anxiety, and performance. So, in real-world classroom, students don't just receive feedback directly from instructor and act on it in isolation. Instead, they often discuss it with peers, reframe it, and interpret it collectively. And this feedback sharing process is powerful but under-researched. So my proposal targets this gap by asking, how does the structure of this informal peer network influence academic or emotional outcomes? My proposal is grounded in three key categories. The first, social network theory, which helps me to understand how information flows through relationship. Also, feedback intervention theory, which focuses on how feedback's impact depends on how it's received and interpreted. And finally, peer inference theory, which highlights that students often model their learning behavior after their peers. And together, these frameworks shape both my research questions and analytic approach. Um, in my proposal, I'm asking several guiding questions like what do these feedback sharing networks looks like? Are students in central role more engaged or less anxious? And can we design interventions using those central students to spread effective feedback practice? And the larger goal is to generate practical, evidence-based strategies that educators can use to promote more equitable and impactful feedback. Mm, as for study design, this is a mixed master study that will conduct in a 45 to 50 student undergrad seminar. I will collect data twice, once at midterm and again at the end of semester to capture change over time. And using both surveys and feedback journals, I will measure engagement, anxiety, performance, and peer sharing patterns across the term. Um, the survey will include a name generator to identify feedback sharing peers, rating of feedback usefulness, standardized scale for engagement and anxiety, and demographic questions. Also, a small group will randomly be selected to write short reflection on their peer feedback conversations. The participation of study is totally voluntary, and all procedures will follow IRB guidelines to ensure student privacy and ethical integrity. As for an analysis plan, the analysis starts by mapping the network, looking at the matrix like density, centrality, and reciprocity. Then I'll use regression model to predict engagement, performance, and anxiety. Also, mediation analysis will be applied here to test whether engagement explains the link between network centrality and academic outcomes. Finally, journals will be coded using Python to uncover things in how feedback is shared, reframed, or emotionally processed. In this part of my proposal, I anticipate that students who hold more central position in the feedback sharing network, meaning those who are more frequently mentioned by peer, will report higher academic engagement and perform better on assignments. I believe this is because they are exposed to be more diverse feedback interpretation and opportunity to clarify meaning through peer conversations. On the other hand, students who are on marginal space or place of network may receive less feedback or feel excluded from this exchange, which could in turn impact both their academic progress and emotional well-being. I also expect that the feedback shared through peers may shift in tone or be reframed, especially in ways that either support or soften or the original message from the instructor. These patterns could help reveal how feedback meaning evolves socially and how student network position influence both what kind of feedback they receive and how they apply it. Just like any research, my proposal has limitations. So self-reports can be biased due to social desirability and a single class sample limit generalizability. Further, two time points might not be enough to capture the full evolution of network dynamics. And journal volunteer, not volunteer, the student who wrote journal may already be the most engaged students. Um, Still, I think my proposal lays a solid foundation for future work and provide a valuable future exploring insights. And in closing, my proposal highlights the social nature of feedback by understanding how it's shared through peer networks. I think we can uncover new ways to support learning, reduce anxiety, and make feedback more equitable. And the findings will inform both future research and real world classroom practice. And thank you for listening.